special to be around, and knowing, he's on the tail end of his career, and every rep I can get with him, every conversation I can have with him is precious and valuable. So I try to be as much of the sponge as I can be, ever since he's got here in May or April or whenever it was. And he's embracing the fact that he's a teacher to a lot of us too, man. So it's, like I said, man, it's been, amazing to have him around.
I can imagine. It's how I feel working with Peter Schrager every day. Like, any conversation I can glean out of Schrags about any topic, I take.
Didn't he say he was on the back end of his career?
No, I choose to ignore that part. No.
I'm not in my prime.
No, I value
that's
it.
what he
you're both
with.
trending.
No.
This is my preseason dress rehearsal game.
Go.
I feel good.
What do you think, Peter?
Jamie, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers on the field. And when I look at these two logos, there's so much history, not only as preseason competitors, but in this market. And I feel like this is the first time this matchup between Jets and Giants preseason has some buzz in maybe a decade. And what's interesting, they're playing each other in the regular season, too. And Rodgers will be out there. But I'm watching solely Rodgers and those young receivers. What do I mean by that? Let me take a look at the Hard Knocks clip that we saw with Randall Cobb speaking with his fellow young receivers on Tuesday night.
What do you guys think, man? Honest opinion of today.
I was just talking to 12 or 8, and he was just telling me, we had a lot of mistakes in our room today, just basic stuff, little things, right? Like, we can't have that. And it's all cool right now, but I'm telling you, one day he's going to lose his shit. It's going to happen if it continues to go the way it's going right now. Because if he don't trust you, he's not going to throw you the ball. I can promise you that. If he don't trust you, he don't not like throwing interceptions. So if he can't trust that you're going to run the right route, he's not going to throw it. It's just a matter of time. Continue to work and stay in your book and stay locked in so we can get to where we want to go.
All right, well, we know Corey Davis isn't there, so we've got all these young guys. The first 3 episodes of Hard Knocks, by the way, you can find them on Max, and Jets-Giants game's actually going to be featured in Tuesday's episode. So all the stuff you see on tomorrow's game on the field, you're actually going to see a lot of it behind the scenes in Hard Knocks. But I asked for producers, Rich Goldberg, excellent producer and researcher, to give me all the wide receivers and tight ends under 25 for the Jets.
Sheesh.
And there's a ton. And if you know Rodgers' history, he loves his guys Jordy Nelson. He loves his guys Donald Driver. He wants James Jones out there. He's gotten a great relationship with Cobby and with Lazard. But I want to see which one of these young Jets receivers makes plays. I want to see which young Jets receiver or tight end messes up, because I want to see Rodgers' reaction. It's been all Hollywood. It's been all romance and flowers and greatness from Rodgers. Gets on the field, a guy runs a wrong route. Is this a different Rodgers, or is this going to be Rodgers saying, I can't trust that guy. Let me go to someone else. This is sink or swim for a lot of these guys trying to make the team, and now the big dog is out there. Number 8 is throwing. I want to see if everyone is on their P's and Q's. I want to see if someone runs a wrong route, and I want to see Rodgers' reaction if that does happen. That's what I'm looking for. Rodgers' interaction with these young players who might just be in awe of Aaron Rodgers, but hey, when the bullets are flying, you better be ready to go play.
I love that you're waiting to see when is the drama going to start.
It's going to happen.
It's not going to be a perfect season. I'm all here for that. And there's somebody that can force that drama to happen very early and often, and that is Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. I want to see what Wink's plan is in this game. And I know it's just preseason, so he's not going to be designing any exotic blitzes or anything like that. But he's in control. He calls the plays. He can decide whether to dial up a little blitz or lay back, whatever the case may be. Listen to what Wink Martindale had to say about facing Aaron Rodgers in this final preseason game.
I get excited every time going against him because he's a titan of the league. He's one of the titans of the league, and we all know that. You see the energy he brought to the city. And, I really do like him. I want him to have a bunch of success, except when we're playing against each other, and he knows that, and hopefully he feels the same way. But I just think that he's one of the best, and it's always, as players and coaches, just like you saw in London, it's fun playing that chess match with him.
So if you like him, then you're not going to blitz him? Is that?
We'll see.
You like him, you're not going to blitz him? We'll see. I love this. Called him one of the titans of the league, and Wink Martindale's defense may feature 2 starting rookies, Deontay Banks and Trey Hawkins, the 6th-rounder from Old Dominion, out there playing. I want to see what these guys, if they're all going to be out there in the game, they're 2 rookies. They may be playing in this final preseason game. They've balled out the entire preseason. Aaron Rodgers is a different animal. Going against him, playing and play out, even if it's for 7 plays, I want to see how they react to that type of pressure that he brings. So fun to watch these young guys in his defense and see what they do. I want to watch what Wink is able to dial up and what he calls against Rodgers.
Yeah, and if you go back to that London game that Wink kind of mentioned last year, Giants play the Packers in London. They pitched a shutout in the second half. Not only that, they knocked Aaron Rodgers around. They got pressure on him. They actually injured his thumb, and I don't think he was the same quarterback the rest of the season. So those pressures and those blitzes are huge, and that's exactly what Wink Martindale has done this entire preseason. He's bringing the heat. He's bringing an unblocked defender. We call it a +1 blitz. One more guy than you have to protect, and he's going to get some heat on it. So I think Wink's going to look. He's not going to go easy on him. He wants to win, and also like, hey, look, they're competitors. So there's that to it. I think it's interesting the clip that you showed about Randall Cobb telling the receivers, hey, we had some mistakes. All right, wait till he gets in your butt. All right, you mess up and he gets all up in there, like you're not going to like it. Well, that's not just for the receivers. All right, this goes towards the offensive lineman as well. True. Like if you're a receiver and you run the wrong route, okay, hey man, it was incompletion or a ball out of bounds. It looks like a bad throw. If you get beat as an O-lineman, your quarterback's getting rocked. And now you're over there picking them up like, hey, my bad, Aaron. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be Mekhi Becton or Connor McGovern or if Dwayne Brown happens to be out there and you got to come back to the huddle and you just got Aaron Rodgers smoked. So this game, I'm really watching Mekhi Becton. He's making his first start with the ones this year. He's been on and off the field for the last 2 years. I think he's played in 1 game. He just has not been healthy. So that's something to keep an eye on. Yeah, the receivers, they got to be on the same page, but Mekhi Becton, you got to do your thing. The rest of the offensive line, too.
I want to look at the offensive line. Kyle came up with an absolute thing of beauty. It belongs in the Louvre this week. Let's take a look at the Jets' offensive line just to really understand the men behind keeping Aaron Rodgers untouched and upright. There they are, Dwayne, Laken, Connor, Elijah, and Mekhi.
My buddy Todd contends you cannot be a good NFL center with that mustache. He hit me up.
That's what Todd says.
If you're busy twirling your mustache, you ain't Dermonte Dawson. That's what my bud
Maybe
says.
he's sitting there watching film and just twirling.
Sean, how would that mustache go over in the locker room?
You know what? The uglier, the better.
Offensive linemen are weird.
I think of Sean. Okay,
straight up ugly.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Sean, I think of that Super Bowl clip. We always watch it back. It's you and it's Chris Snee, and you're watching. It's Brady's little nice drive, and you got the red face, puffy beard, the hair a mess. You weren't worried about curling your mustache, were you?
No. It's you don't want to be too manicured. I think for offensive linemen, you want to be gruff. You want to be a little, hey, don't shave the beard. Fine, grow it out. Make it a playoff beard.
This looks like a gruff guy to you. Look at him.
He's done playing.
Yeah, but you don't just develop that the day you
that was
stop
a different
playing.
life.
Guy has abs now.
You had to be grimy back then. I like my O-lineman grimy, but the mustache, like Taylor Lewan had something similar to that, I think. And he's...
Connor McGovern used to have a big bushy beard. I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
This is for picture day. You don't know what that thing looks like when the helmet gets ripped off and he's getting yelled at by Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be gruffy. Exactly.
Maybe the pictures were on a Sunday morning. His Saturday night just lasted a little long.
Jamie, to your point, I think you got to give him an A for effort here. Like creativity.
He's a leader. He's a leader of the pack.
I want him studying the playbook and worrying about Aaron Donald and the defensive tackles, not twirling a mustache.
Right. The real question is, where is the center they drafted in the first round?
He's
want to see Tippmann? What's wrong? He's worried he's not starting with the ones? Is this like a John Michael Schmitz Tippmann competition?
Oh, no.
Well, I wanted to see him on the shot, too, because he's got a sweet mullet right now.
That's true.
He's all business in the front.
Bombed in the rookie show in the hot dogs.
Oh, boy.